What's going on, everybody? Welcome into What You Heard. Versus.
What You Heard versus?
What You Heard versus.
Okay,
man.
okay.
Nas
I like
versus Nas. But do your thing, bro.
Yeah. Y'all know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do us right. Hit that like and comment because you are loving the content. Now, we have a special show for you guys. We have talked about this ad nauseum recently with the release of Magic 2. We started the conversation there, and then shortly thereafter, Magic 3 came out. Mm-hmm. That review is now out for you guys to go check out. Our thoughts on Magic 3. But this conversation has been coming up, and it's tremendous because it's one guy versus himself, and the debate has been, out of these two recent phenomenal trilogies, which is the better one? King's Disease or Magic, the Magic series. So we've got King's Disease 1, 2, and 3. Magic 1, 2. Finally got 3. So now we can have a real debate.
All right, man. Let's have a real debate. Ed, before we get started, let us know what you guys think.
Yep.
Drop it in a comment down below and let us know what your favorite trilogy is, KD or Magic, man.
I got the drink nearby because I really don't know how I feel yet. I don't. we're gonna really dissect these two trilogies and talk about them. I do want to start with this. And for those who have watched the Magic 3, you've heard me say this. If you haven't, I said this on the Magic 3. Make sure you guys go check that review out. This has to be the most incredible 6-album run. We'll start here from an artist.
Correct. Yep.
Add in that the production was done by one producer for 6 consecutive albums. Add in that the span of these 6 consecutive albums was 3 years.
Yep.
This is legendary status here. And add in that these two series are nothing alike, and they're still absolutely fire. So
this is crazy.
Let's get into this.
Well, okay.
Man.
I just want the people to know, just in case you haven't watched our reviews on all this Nas that we've gotten over the past 3 years, okay? So Nas came out, and the KD, the first one, you said specifically, instant classic.
100%.
And we both gave it a 10. I did not say that it was an instant classic, but I did love the project.
100%.
KD 2 came along.
Man.
This is the only one we agreed on. And we both said, oh, man, this is an instant classic.
Instant classic.
Instant classic, and we both gave it a 10. KD 3 came out, and we gave it a 10. Magic came out, gave it a 10. Magic 2 came out. We gave it a 10. Magic 3 came out. Fire. Our latest one. As a matter of fact, go check it out if you want. Gave it a 10.
Right.
So they all got 10s across the board. I found very interesting after going back and watching our reviews, we do these a lot, so I have to refresh my memory of what we said. We only gave, you gave 2 classics to the KD series. I gave 1 to KD 2 classic.
Okay.
And I hold very firm that KD 2 is a classic.
KD 2 is a classic.
Classic album. I just want to throw that out there.
100%.
Will that determine whether or not that moves as my favorite trilogy or not? I'll leave that.
This is so difficult, and here's why. Let's break down the 2 series.
Okay.
when it comes to King's Disease is all three of them are traditional albums in the sense that there was you knew they were coming out. Mm-hmm. You knew when they were dropping. Mm-hmm. There were singles attached to them. Mm-hmm. There's an element of a build-up towards these albums. Mm-hmm. King's Disease drops, and it sets a bar so high, mm-hmm. right? And at this point, we don't even know there's a 2 on the way. Like it's kind of hinted at on the album, but then 2 drops, right? Same thing. Set up longer albums as well. KD, correct. KD2, KD3, they're longer. More.
Yeah.
All 6 of them are in the LP range, but the King's Disease, they're longer albums, 15, 16 tracks, somewhere within that range for all 3. Magic, no promotion. Don't even know it's in the bag.
Right.
Drops.
Just drops. I remember, dude, when the first Magic came out, and I've said this story before, but I'm going to say it again because I think it just holds such good memories for me. Mm-hmm. It dropped right before Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve, as a matter of fact, when it dropped. And I just have vivid memories of California, going to see my family that lives in California still. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And in the ride there and the ride back, damn near that's all I listened to was Magic.
Yep.
And it was that is just imprinted on my brain.
100%.
And it's just phenomenal. And I just want to say it's true that magic, it's magic.
It
right?
is.
Because it's because it's just like boom, and it's there.
It's there.
You know, and you're just like, man, I wasn't ready for this.
Right.
But I'm ready for this.
Right.
You know?
Right. And then at this point, we don't even know that we're getting a Magic 2. Because then King's Disease drops. King's Disease 3, KD3 drops. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, so the Magic was kind of like an alley-oop to KD3. Right. Mm-hmm. But then we get Magic 2.
Magic 2.
And then
we knew a Magic 3 was coming because he says there was a verse in there where he was like, when you guys are listening to this, we're already halfway through Magic 3.
It's on the way.
It's on the way.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
It's all the way, man. It's all the way.
And then for him to not even like wait and be like, okay, y'all good on that?
It's just a couple months apart, man.
Y'all rocked with it? Cool, watch this. Pow, pow. Yeah. And here's the thing about all 6 albums. Every single one of them, sonically, vibe-wise, is different. Now, I will say this. When it comes to the 3 Magic albums, they are very intentional in the overall message of each album.
Correct. Yeah. I agree with that.
Magic 2 has a very through-line theme. Magic 3 has a very through-line theme. Magic doesn't necessarily have the overall theme. It's more of just the element of surprise. Let me just show y'all that I can still do this at a high level.
If I remember this correctly too, where like at the end of that project, first Magic, where he basically, it was like the only time he really said magic, and it in the sense he was like, this is why this is magic,
right?
In some sort of sense,
right?
And it was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Right.
I get what this project was. Like,
right.
Boom, just dropping it.
Like
for
we
you.
in here creating some crazy stuff right now.
He did do something, and look, man, that to me that takes away no points in the sense of they're not being like necessarily a through line, because 2 and 3 are
there's no points taken away at all. Yeah,
but again, just the way he dropped the Magic projects.
Yes.
That
means something, bro.
Oh, dude, it means something. And look, with that doesn't take anything away from the KD stuff. It's just you're just like, wait, what?
Right.
No way. This just came out.
There's no way.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me.
Now, let's circle back to the KD series.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it is hard to deliver on an expected project, especially when you're a legend, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we also know what has been the narrative for Nas for a long time. He does not pick decent production. This is the narrative, right? Now, diehard Nas fans will tell you, y'all tripping. Other fans will tell you.
He'll tell you the same thing. I think he says it in a verse in one of the songs.
Y'all tripping, right?
Right.
Maybe the casual hip hop fan will be like, no, we're not tripping. And then you've got a lot of like one side or the other, right? So for you to be a legend and that be a narrative still, but you're still a legend, and you to have 3 expected projects. The first one you drop, and to your point, I still hold firm that King's Disease 1 was a classic because it held up to what we not only expected from Nas, but he exceeded it so far. And then Hit Boy, this was the best Hit Boy that we had seen and heard on a whole project through and through.
Man, Hit
so
Boy.
for that to set a bar that was so high that in my mind, when King's Disease 2 dropped, I was excited. But I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, that this can...
There's no way this is touching Car 85. Right? Like, there's no way that this is going to have the same element that King's Disease 1 had. And not only did it have everything that it had a whole Iron Man armor suit on with Batman gadgets and a Superman cape. Like, it was not just as good as King's Disease 1. It was way better. And that's saying something. Now, fast forward to King's Disease 3. Again, now we not only have 2 albums, we have 3 albums out at this point. KD1, KD2, Magic. KD3 drops. And I think listening back to KD3, you can actually say, because I think my initial feeling was, man, it's not as good as 1 or 2. I think it's as good as 1. If you go back and listen to it, it holds up with 1. It's not as good as 2. I'm going to say that. It's not as good as King's Disease 2, in my opinion. But it's still a phenomenal album that holds very well up to King's Disease 1. So when you have 3 albums that you're expected to drop and you're a legend and you not only show up, but you show them out.
You're right. Right.
And kill it.
Yeah.
And every feature makes sense. And then to what we found out about KD3, he had heavy features, 1 and 2, light features on Magic. And then he went on KD3 and was like, nah, man, it's me.
Yeah, he did.
That's all me for real. Like, he went on there and was like, okay. And so now you look at it in hindsight and you're like, wait a minute, I give a couple more levels to KD3.
Right. Now, I have a question for you.
Okay.
And the question is, do you have out of all 6, do you have a particular favorite album and a particular least favorite album?
Ooh.
So I will just go on the record and say right now.
Okay. I got to take a sip for
that.
Take
a sip.
Yeah.
Take a sip.
KD2
is the best album out of all 6. I really, truly believe that.
Okay.
Now, again, Magic, the first one comes really close to that for me. But it's just, I think it's that classic thing that we were talking about, right? It is a classic, man. Like, that one, I think, will go down in history as just a great hip hop album. Like, I think people will remember particularly KD2 because it has so many classic songs on there.
It does.
And that you can pull from, right? Man, you got Eminem on there, you got Lauryn Hill on there.
Man, yeah, nobody, yeah.
Bro, like, so there's just, and look, man, an album doesn't necessarily have to have features on it to be classic, but I would also argue that KD2 probably had the best music in there. Like, just, it just, the appeal to it. Now, again, that doesn't mean that any of the other ones don't.
Right.
It's just for whatever reason, there's just this tonal quality that 2 has that none of the other 5 have.
Okay.
And so that to me would be my favorite album out of all 6.
Okay. Now, I am going to agree with you and disagree with you.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. KD2 is the best album out of all 6.
Okay.
But when you say my favorite.
Okay, I've listened.
Oh, we having a real conversation here, folks.
I've listened.
KD2, to me, and to you as well, is the most complete album. Therefore, it is the best out of all 6 to me.
Okay.
I would even say King's Disease 1 is a close second.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's my thing, though.
Okay.
Magic is my favorite. The first Magic.
Okay.
The way I feel when I listen to Magic, it puts me back into like when I was young and the first time I really understood bars like that. And when I started learning about entendres and schemes and storytelling and punchlines and set up punches for the big punchline.
Yeah.
That's what Magic does. And again, the element of surprise, right?
Yeah.
Now, my second favorite behind that would probably be, at this point, Matt. It would. Now, you know what? I would say probably my second favorite would have to be King's Disease 1.
Okay.
Because when I go back and I listen to that, and you've got Car 85, and you've got Full Circle, and you've got 27 Summers, and like let me just take a peek at this. Blue Band's fire. 27 Ultra Black, incredible. All Bad, The Definition, Full Circle, 27 Summers. Like that, there's not a bad song on any of these albums, but that one, for it to be the first one to kind of set up for it to be the volley. Yeah, that's probably because I remember when we first heard that album, and I was like, yo, this is incredible for Nas to be doing this at this stage in the game.
Yes,
you know
100%. Yeah, dude.
And then so when Magic dropped, I think Magic like during the Christmas.
And I think that's
a Christmas album for me, dog. Magic is a Christmas album for me.
I think that's a good point, though. Like this late stage in his career, right? I mean, he started in his late 40s, right? And he finished it off when he's 50. You know, with Magic 3, and it's just not fair, bro.
No.
But he's just killing it, man. Like, and look, he can legit create another. I feel like if he sticked with Hit Boy, he could do whatever he wants to do.
I want a whole nother trilogy at this point.
I really think he's going to take a break right now.
I think he's done.
I think he's done. I really do.
Done.
I think he's like.
No, I don't think he's done making music, but I think he's.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's done like with at least this saga.
But hey, man, you know how much they recorded for all 6 of those.
Oh my gosh!
You know that there's some stuff in the bag, bro.
Oh, for
in the archive,
sure.
in the archive
no
locked
doubt
folder
about it, dude.
On the big Mac, not the MacBook, but the actual Macintosh Pro. That's in the studio. Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's fire songs on there. That's probably got a whole nother trilogy all over it, dog.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about that.
You know what, Nas? Hit Boy, just do me a favor, man. Just like every 2 years, drop a trilogy. You can drop them all in 1 year. Every couple of years, drop a trilogy.
That'd be pretty fire, dude. That'd be crazy if they did. It'd be really crazy if they did. Now, do you have a least favorite?
I don't, and here's why.
Okay.
And I was just finna mention that. I don't have a least favorite because I don't think you can say that there's a least favorite for me. Like, every album is so good to me that I can't sit here and be like, man, I wouldn't like, no, I wouldn't. No, I would.
You would, yeah.
I would. There's never a moment where I'd be like, it would be on. I'd be like, no, I don't want to hear that right now.
Right. You're like, oh, even whatever, whichever one might
I have
be
preferences, but I like.
Right. Like, but maybe KD3 comes on.
Man, I'm in there.
Let's listen to it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Magic 3 comes on. I'm in there.
Yeah.
I want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm not. Look, let me tell you something. I'm not doing that to myself. I'm not throwing out a least favorite. I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is already a hard enough decision on as it is.
I agree.
Right?
I do agree with you though, man. Like, there's not a bad album.
No.
It really is not a
100%.
bad album. Again, if you're still stuck around watching through 20 minutes.
This is a Hall of Fame run, bro. This is a Hall of Fame run, bro.
Listen, we gave each album a 10. So that is hard for us to say we have a least favorite because this is a perfect in a sense. And there is no such thing as
flawless
perfect
victory.
But it is the closest thing to it.
All right, man. All right, man. We've been talking.
We have.
We've been talking. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. We are like 20
minutes in, and they don't want to hear that. They get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Which trilogy is our
I'm
favorite?
so funny. Who wants to go first? That's the key.
Oh, well, I got the coin flip app on here, so here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you call it.
Yep.
You call it.
Let's do it. Heads. It's heads.
So you get to pick. You get to choose who goes first.
I'll go first, bro.
Okay.
I'll go first.
If this was battle rap, I had to go first. That's crazy.
For me, this is a really tough choice. It really is. For me, it's Magic. Magic is my personal favorite series. I truly love 1, 2, and 3 to its fullest. I really do, man. I really think, to your point, 1 has the memory nostalgic to me part of it, right? It's right at Christmas. It's just on this kid because you don't get new music at that time. Music is dead for a month and a half, right around the holidays. It's just 100%. Non-existent. So to have that's all I was listening to. But then 2 came out, and I love that it was the theme of magic. Man. I really do, man. And 3, and it's just so good that he's 50 and he's talking about and he's spitting game.
Talking that talk, man.
I love it. It resonates with me. It really does. Now, okay, I'll just leave it at that. Magic is my favorite series.
Okay.
The long pause.
You would think somebody said something crazy. Hey.
Somebody did say something crazy over here. Gun to your head, bro.
I gotta go Magic, bro.
Okay, all right. We both went Magic.
I gotta go Magic. Yeah. I have to, man. Man, I think, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's the surprise element. Magic 1 just really sticks with me, man. Like, there's bars on there that I walk around and say randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like, Magic 1 really sticks with me, dog. Like, and Magic 2 was so well crafted in the theme. And then for Magic 3, it was like, man, it was almost like, it was like King and Magic, because he was like, I'm a king. And this is what I've been doing. And then he ends it off like, I'm going to go chill. But if y'all want some more,
hit me up.
1-800.
Yeah.
Hit your boy.
That he did.
No pun intended.
Right.
Magic to me is the better series. I will not argue you. I will not have no debates with you if you say King's Disease. I 100% understand. And you know what the greatest thing about this? Who wins? We win.
Yeah, we do.
Because we get to listen to this fire music. I said this, man. Nas has always been one of the greatest. This sixth album run that he's been on,
it's incredible, bro.
Has legitimate, for me personally, has moved him into my Mount Rushmore. I think Nas, to me, is one of the top 4 artists, personally, for me, of all time. He was already one of the best. To me, it solidified it because I name another artist who's been on a 6. He's a veteran.
Yeah.
And he won 6 championships, bro, in a row.
In a row.
He retired and came back and won 6.
He said it perfectly.
And he was the leading scorer.
He's in rare form, man.
Come on, man.
You know, rare form, man. Like, there's no denying it. He's just,
this is
at this
outrageous.
point, just amazing stuff, man.
100%.
And if you haven't listened to Nas at this point, better go listen to these 6 projects. Please. And again, let us know what your guys' favorite down below. What's your favorite trilogy? Let us know. You guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this special edition of What You Heard. And you know what? It ain't about nothing else. Y'all know this, except for what you heard. Peace.